What's going on, guys? Your boy LVD back at you with another video. Yes, this is my FUT champs, and my friends, it was horrible. It was horrible. This match in particular, as we're watching it, starts off well, starts off in good terms, and we actually, in this game, we go 3-0 up, and it's crazy. It's crazy how quick those 3 goals came. But as quick as anything goes up, it must also come down. And then we eventually start to suffer. We're gonna start to suffer the breakdown. None of my players. Look, the defending. Look, fidgets away. Whoop, that's it. First goal. Back in the game. Little 1-2s here, little pass here, little pass there. Going to defend him. Keeps going, shot, bang, that's it. 2-3-2. And again, look, another breakaway. I've only just like highlighted the goals, you know. Look at that. Another breakthrough, already 3-3. So the lead didn't even last, not even like 10 in-game minutes. You know, and we're already floating about on a 3-3 game at 21 minutes. 3-3. But yeah, it just literally, after, look at that, look, straight through the middle of the defense, look at that, little sweat across, Camavinga goal. This match was horrible. It's weird because like it started off well, as you saw, and then it just gradually just fell away. And it's ridiculous. You know, it is ridiculous. I'm not gonna show all of my games, because if I show all of my games, we'll be here forever. But yeah, you know, these matches were crazy. You know, the scorelines were crazy. Where the hell do you hear of a football match ending 7-5? You know, unless you're PSG. But yeah, where do you hear that? And I think this match in particular, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one, it finishes either 9-7 or 9-6 or even 10 maybe. You know, look, it's already set. Look, 7-3, 37 minutes into the freaking game. I could not believe it. Look, I managed to claw one back. And this is the thing with this, is like, you see, you know, before, when you used to play football matches, sometimes you'd go to like a 3-0 whitewash. Look at that, hitting the bar. Ridiculous. You'd go to a 3-0 whitewash and you would just back out because you know that there was like no way of you getting back into the game. Now, even to me, when I play against somebody else and I've like, you know, monitored the game a little bit and been like, okay, do you know what? Even though he's winning 3-0, I'll still probably catch him up or I'll win. And lo and behold, sometimes I do actually come back all the way and actually do win. You know, and that's how it is now with this game. Like, this game is the same thing. Look at this. Look. So that's just how it goes. He scores again. We come back on the other end. We score again. It's just constantly a back and forth all the time. Here he goes again, down the wing. Look, my defender can't hold the ball for some reason, and he gets a goal. This is another thing that's just becoming ridiculous now in the game. It's you know, you defend, you try your best, and then you just ball rebounds. Look, we score another 9-8. Scorelines are ridiculous, like American football. He breaks through, gets the ball off me, runs down the wing, through the middle. Watch. My guy didn't even jump. And he's through again. Dembele, another goal. Look, 10-8. And then I retrieve the ball, back down again, and we're in, and 10-9. And that's the end of the score. Ridiculous. 10-9. 19 goals in a game. You tell me where you see that. So this is the next game. We're through, quick off the mark, 1-0. But you'll soon come to find out what happens. You see, we're through again, look, split him wide open, through on goal, 2-0, 4 minutes in. Now, what I've always figured out or found out is that every time you score these amount of goals this early in the game, it becomes so much harder to defend it. You always have the hope that you get 3 goals and they back out, but most of them, they have the same mentality or same thinking as I do. That, you know, 3-0 is nothing. Look, he's already recovered. 1. Look at that. It's just incredible. Look at that little watch. Through. Pina's in the middle, I think that's Pina. No, it's not Pina. Look, he just shoots with Rashford. Rashford is just so broken in this game. It's ridiculous. So it's 3-2. Look, he's retrieved the ball again. I'm not the best player. No shadow of a doubt. I'm okay. Not the best. But I'm not this bad, you know. Look, Rashford again. 3-3. In the space of 9 minutes. Look, Arojo off the ball. Look at that. Karachawi, Barcola, Rashford, through to Gula, Camavinga, 4-3. It is seriously is ridiculous. Look at that. Look, another recovery. Yeah. Rashford, Gula, Camavinga, got in a goal. 5-3. It's crazy. It's becoming mad. Look, it's just nothing wants to go through. Look, that was a poor pass as well. Like Pavlidis, his passes is not the best. Barcola through Gula again. Gula is a sick card, but Rashford's just taking the biscuit. Look at that, 6-3 already in 28 minutes. Man, from the first game to this game, you can see how ridiculous it is. Comment down below, tell me what's the most ridiculous scoreline that you've suffered. Because trust me, just look, this is the 3rd game that we're in, yeah, but with 2 games already, yeah, with those kind of scorelines, it don't give you any hope. But this guy had a decent team, sweaty team if you want to say the least. That Salmarsh he's different. Salma and Pina together. Women this year in this game are ridiculously overpowered. It is crazy. But look, same thing as most games. Look, we're through on goal. 1-0 already, 5 minutes in. We always seem to be, most of the time, the ones on the front foot. Rafa again, in and out, bang, and he missed. So, I don't even know what to tell you. Look at this, Rafa, Neto, back in, Batinha, goal, 2-0, 15 minutes. But look, but wait, there's more. Rafa, through to Neto, Rafa again, Dozer, Neves, Batinha, back to Neto, through straight to Rafa, 3-0. Now this is where it gets fun. He pauses the game and he left. Brilliant. There's your 3-0 whitewash. Somebody that probably understands the game since he was established in 2015. So he knows the deal. And he's wearing a Porto kit, which made it even better. So into the 4th. obviously we start with kickoff. So again, look, we're going through, bit of dribbling, through to Pavlidis, nothing. Straight away he takes the ball, Firmin running through like it's nothing. Rashford again, another goal. 2 minutes. Passing around, Rafa to Neto, obviously with that pace, makes it 1-1. Look again, Firmin to Ekatike this time. Ekatike is ridiculous as well. Look, Diaby is such a dirty player. His pace is just ridiculous. Ekatike through to Firmin. My centre-back for some damn reason can't get onto him. Look at that. Nothing. Ledley King try lunging. Nothing. You know, there's like a barrier around them. Rafa through to Neto. Neto again. Neto is just a sick player, man. He's such a good player. Such a good player. You know, so much respect for that. Neto around. Won't get through. Pavlidis. Lucky shot. Got saved. Look at Vitinha. Straight into Pavlidis. Tozer. We make it 3-3. Again, Tozer through. Rafa. Pavlidis. Weird goal. Such a weird goal. You know, the luck has to go your way sometimes. It has to. Because if it doesn't, man, it's just broken. So Neves with the first corner. Save. Corners, I'm not the best with corners. I've only scored a few. Second cross, save again. But, like they say, third time lucky, bang. And Thomas Arojo with a goal. This Thomas Arojo is a wicked card. Wicked card. Definitely gonna stick with him. So Diaby again. Through to Firmin. Lucky. Very lucky. Oliver Kahn is really good. So we're 5-3 up at the moment. Rashford. That's it. Neto on the ball. Makes the... Look at that. Makes the space for Pavlidis. Pavlidis with the chip. Beautiful finish. He's a wicked card as well. For my Benfica and Portuguese team, it's a brilliant player. Bruma off on the ball. Pavlidis, Neto straight on the breakthrough. Now you tell me, what the heck is this?
I'll defend it.
What the heck was that? You get fouled by the goalkeeper. This happened a few times, and no pen. It's ridiculous. But Pavlidis through to Bruma. Finishes it spectacularly. 7-4 up. No way of catching up, right? Within 6 minutes. Pavlidis, Bruma, Neto. Neto is through. Another chip shot. Just about makes it in. And the chicken celebration. Oh, mate. Here he goes in extra in the last few minutes of the game. Look at that. Look at that. It's just, it is ridiculous. The defending at times is just, is stupid. It's utterly stupid. Bruma. Neto. No goal there. But at least it ends 8-5. Ends in our favour. So we're doing okay. We've caught back up a little bit. From all the losses that we were suffering, we've caught back up. So we're going to walk into the next game with a few wins behind our back. Only 4 wins at the moment. Now this guy's team is just dirty. It's just a dirty team. Literally, just a dirty team. All his players are first owner. So he's going to make a break with the Bravo, to Pina, Griezmann. You know, these three up front were ridiculous for his team. The Bravo is wicked as well, but Griezmann with the first goal. Then Griezmann again. Paraluelo. Griezmann again. Bravo doesn't make it this time, but Vitinha through, nothing. Intercepted by Kante, which is another broken player. Bravo, bang. 2-0 in 22 minutes. Now this game, it took a little bit longer than the usual to get the first few goals. Look at that. Neves tried to barge Pina off the ball, nothing. Look, Griezmann straight through, 3-0. Toze straight through to Pavlidis. That ball was a wonder ball. Pavlidis with a chip, goal. Pavlidis doing incredible this weekend. So Rafa's another. Rafa, my trio is exactly that. Rafa, Neto, and Pavlidis. Look, Rafa through to Neto. Nice little bit of play there. But you know, it doesn't take too long. Look, Bravo. Look at that. I had to take him out. I had to give myself some sort of chance of recovering the game. But he finishes. And we're back on the tail again. 4-2. So that's Neto, Rafa, and we're again just on the tail. Good challenge, straight through to Rafa. Look at Kante goal, man. Kante's only got 70 odd pace, bruv, and he's catching up to Neto, man. Just make it make sense, please. Look at that. Great ball through. We've caught up 4-4. But look at this. You see that? It was just a mess. It's just ping-ponging around. It was incredible. And they said that they had fixed the rebounds. The rebounds, repossessions, that Pina would have go. This girl, she's just cracked out her mind. With only 70-something pace, the stats definitely do lie. What a challenge from Araujo. The Portuguese Araujo, not the Uruguayan one. Paraluelo to Pina, Griezmann, through to... yeah, that one got intercepted. Alexander Bar is a beast. But Griezmann again, Paraluelo. Look at that. Defender's non-existent. And it's 6-4. Tavares with a straight ball to Pavlidis. Pavlidis in and out, in and out. Look at that. Lucky to get through. Made it. So we're again tailing 1 goal. But then again, Paraluelo. Back into Griezmann. But then afterwards to Pina. How does she out jump Nuno Tavares, who is 6 foot? Make it make sense, please. I think I pretty much just gave up afterwards, but we end up in the next game. This match starts off well. As per usual, Neto found the space to Rafa, finish. Yes, oh Bella ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. My guy just took 1 goal and said, nah, forget that. Now we've got playing against a pack to glory. And yeah, I think he was a pack to glory, definitely. Everyone's first owner. This Mateta card is ridiculous. He's a wicked card. I didn't do him because he obviously doesn't fit my team. My team's a Portuguese Benfica team, so he doesn't meet that. But look at that. Mateta straight through. Boom. 1-0. You tell me which card you feel is the best card that you've played with so far this year. Because this Mateta card just looked different. being at 6'5". Crazy. I left that game because he just whooped me with that Mateta card. So look, I didn't have much time. So into the next game. Ahlen. First on the team, look at that defense. Van der Ven, Alphonso Davies, Frimpong, Upamecano, and then Adeyemi up top. Not seen many people use that, James. Look at Musiala starting off with the Anthony spin. So he's going down the wing most of the time, straight down the left side, or more like on this case, on the right side. We tried to go through, but nothing. Intercept by Stanway. Seems like a decent player. Played against her a few times. Plays well. Musiala, Solskjaer, into Adeyemi. Bang. 1-0 already. 3 minutes in. But we move. Neves into Neto. These two together. Rafa, Neto. Rafa in there like swimwear. Scores. Now we're back up into 1-1. Musiala is a wicked little player. I do like him. Obviously, I've not used him, but every time I've come up against him, he's done well. So we retrieve the ball to Vardes, to Neto. Nothing. This Ryan Diaz as well. I think a bit too ridiculous for his rating. Look at this. Rafa in. Bang. Low driven and a goal. We move again. It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't actually that bad. It was played. The gameplay was okay. Everything felt all right, but it was just a mess at times. And you saw if you stuck this long through the video, you would see the score lines were ridiculous. The Upamecano, I understand that centre backs, they are quick as well, but come on, man. There ain't no point of giving someone 90 plus pace and having him get caught out by somebody with 80. There should be a sort of difference, but maybe that's just me. Musiala with the dribbling, nothing, and a goal. Ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. 2-2. But I've just kept on, just keep on going. Vitinha on the ball, Tavares. Rambling now. Ryan Diaz. Ridiculous card. But Neves has actually been doing pretty well. He's been a new addition to my team. He's actually pretty good. It's very good that they've given him a decent pace increase from the 50s now into like 72 or 73. Plus then with a shadow, so it's probably close to 80. But look again, Musiala. He's just in there all the time. And I ain't gonna lie, I do rush my gameplay quite a lot. I do make a lot of mistakes. Probably if I took it a little bit more easy, I probably wouldn't concede as much. But that's just habits, it's bad habits. You used to play in such quick football, tic-tac, and that's it, and I go, yeah, he didn't know what to do there. I didn't give him any options. I was trying to snuff him out to get him to pass. So Neto, Rafa, look at that. Rafa with the breakaway. Rafa just on a different run. But the finish was poor as heck. That's the only one downfall about Rafa, is most likely his finishing and shot power. Especially in situations like that. There was no finishing there. Look at James' goal. Stanway. How she ended up getting that ball, I don't know. Waving their arms like Flappy Birds, trying to look for a penalty. Neto through the legs. He's running, and a save. Man like Nicky Pope. He's kept the ball in though with Frimpong. Frimpong is actually a really good player. Ryan Diaz. Musiala, the dreaded player. if there was a handful of players I would give you that I dislike, would be Barcola, Due, Musiala, Haaland. Those players right there are the ones that I dread. And Rashford. These ones are just, I hate coming up against them. But lucky enough, he's ended up disconnected. So we don't get a loss for that, which was very good. So I'm not even going to entertain the rest of the games. We ended up finishing. And then here's our little packs. Not bad few packs. We started off with the 83 plus. Yeah. Tradable. But nothing as usual. Carso. Yep. Don't even think I listed her up. I just quick sold her. There's times that it's just not worth it. So we crack open the 10 times 82. Oh no, I opened the 85 plus. See, not even me, I know which packs I opened in order. I think I went through the untradables or the single players first, and then afterwards I went through the multiple packs. So there we go. This one, it should have been, yeah, the 5 times. We got our first walkout. When I see a female, I'm just not bothered. It's Hegerberg and an Arsenal player. And you guessed it, the typical Gabriel. Always the most common. At least it wasn't Paredes. That's the good thing. At least it wasn't Paredes. But I didn't end up selling them. Kept them because I wanted to do the Hero SBC. Something had to give. Something had to give with such lackluster packs. Something had to give. So we're gonna go for the 10 times. I think we went for the 10 times. No, we went for the 2. So we got another walkout, another female, and this time is Duere, the broken little player, and there was a buy-in player behind it as well, which I thought it was probably Harry Kane or something like that. Turns out to be Jonathan Tah. Domorane and Jonathan Tah. At least they were tradable though. But Domorane now, she obviously goes for just about 15k or so. 14, 15k. Coins is coins. I'm trying to build up coins to get Rui Costa. I think at the moment I do have enough, and I probably will introduce him to the team. And probably give a little review on how Rui Costa plays. Because I'm sure with the way that the current game is, he would actually do pretty well with that incisive pass plus. So we're gonna go for that 10 times 82, and we get another walkout. And again, I saw female. I said, oh, it's gonna be Endler, isn't it? And it was. Dreadful to say the least. Nothing more special in the packs. Nothing special at all. But it was all alright. We ended up getting a lot of fodder. Getting some coins as well. Because I opened up the Team of the Week pack. I was going to hold on to the Team of the Week pack because I know Joao Felix is going to be in the next one. Well, as of today, he's most likely in the Team of the Week. So I was gonna wait, but I wanted to get that hero pack crafted, so I needed that info. And then here we go. We get the hero pack complete, and then the moment we was waiting for. Open up the rest of the rewards. Crafted the 3 times 83. 2 times 83. crack these open. Right wing, Cameroon, Man United, and Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo. He's not as much as he was before, but still a sick little card to have. Good stats. Just a pity on the weak foot. It tends to be a problem with most of us as left-footed people. I've got the same issue. Now we crack this, and look at this. When I saw centre-back, I dreaded it. But I saw Dutch, and I couldn't believe it. It is Mr. Stam. I could not believe it. I've opened 3 of these hero packs and got 3 centre-backs. Carragher, Ledley King, and now Stam. Look at that. 1.25 million coins. That is incredible. I haven't used him yet, so I'm gonna start using him. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Oh, 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 yeah.